Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Thanks for stopping by the channel again. And back a little bit sooner than we expected to be back, covering Cyrax again. You try to go to sleep for a couple of hours, you try to go for a jog, you try to do literally anything other than be on YouTube, and what do you know, more Chance content comes out. It's almost like he has nothing to do all day and has an unlimited amount of free time to rant at the internet. So, here we go.
What's up, y'all? So, I know it's like 3 a.m., but I wanted to make this quick video as a surprise for everybody. First of all, before I get to the surprise, first of all, I want to say thank you to William Gloryhole and WordBoi, which is something I thought I'd never say. But I want to say thank y'all for doing what y'all did, because did y'all do some damage to my PC and my Xbox and shit? Yeah, you did. And that does suck. But in hindsight, when y'all did what you did, you ultimately made me rethink everything that I was doing. Y'all literally put me back at the very beginning and allowed me to start over on my career.
So, making Chance rethink his life sounds like a good thing. That sounds like exactly what probably every troll, all the way back to day one, has wanted, is to make this guy reflect a little bit. But you know before he even gets into it that there's no way that whatever conclusion he's about to draw is anything that anyone would actually want for him to take away from this. I love that he's referencing all the all the technology that they've bricked over and over again. It's amazing that time and time and time again, if you send like a USB drive to Chance's house, he will plug it in to any device that he has. At this point, I'm shocked he hasn't managed to brick like Sally's fridge in the kitchen or anything like that. But he also he advertises this video as like a surprise, like it's a positive thing, like he's given a gift to the fans, like as if it's 3 a.m. and Taylor Swift is dropping a new song and people are going to be like really excited about this. And no, I think it was more of a, if anything, it was kind of a gift to the trolls, because it was like anybody who covers Cyrax probably got done yesterday, you know, sat down, cracked open a drink, and they were like, I did the Lord's work today. I did my Cyrax coverage. I made sure that people could see the type of stuff that he's been up to and the type of shit he's been saying. And people went to sleep feeling good about themselves last night, feeling like they put in a hard day's work. Then they woke up this morning and they were like, "Oh my God, there's more. There's already more." I went to sleep for a few hours. I thought I could get a little bit of rest, but no. Chance will not give anybody any downtime. He's just going to keep pondering, keep putting it out to the internet, keep moving that ring light closer and closer to him so that you could just see like the light reflecting off of his scalp, like the king in the SpongeBob movie. But we'll let him go on for a little bit longer now.
As far as like music goes, like y'all literally put me back in the driver's seat again of my career. And so I want to say thank y'all for doing what y'all did. Y'all literally put me back in the driver's seat of my career. Y'all made me see my career with a fresh pair of eyes and with more knowledge. So there is that. But I wanted to come on here just really quickly and surprise everybody right quick by saying that,
You're pregnant.
yeah, I've been keeping something from y'all for a real long time now. Something I've been hiding behind the scenes for a very long time that I've been working on, which is your boy here is now the official and legitimate and legal owner of his own LLC. I've been working on music behind the scenes here and there.
This has got to be one of these things where like you can go on a website and quote unquote buy somebody a star for their birthday or whatever. I can't imagine that Chance has the capacity to figure out how to register any type of a business. He's been fooled in the past by trolls putting in like fake copyright requests to his songs, and at one point he thought that you could email yourself like a copy of your own music, and that that was going to hold up in court. Like his understanding of copyright law and business law, and as we just covered a few videos back, criminal law, are so nebulous that it's insane. Um, this is something he does every couple weeks where he'll basically just it's giving when Michael Scott in The Office just walks out into the office and he's like, I declare bankruptcy, and they're like, you there's like a whole process of things you have to do, and he's like, no, I declared it, I came out and said it. And I feel like that's what Chance does, is every couple weeks he comes out and he's just like, look, I'm the Drift King of Akron. Do I have a driver's license? No. Do I have a vehicle of any kind? No. Why am I the Drift King of Akron, Ohio? Because I said I am. I'm announcing it on YouTube. And that just makes it so. He never has to like actually do anything. He can just make these announcements, and I don't even know, if you were Chance, why you would make these announcements, because now in a couple of weeks when he gets like a fake letter from William Glory Hole saying that his LLC has been purchased or some shit, he's just gonna have a meltdown. But all right, let's hear him out.
I'm currently 3 to 4 songs deep on 2 different albums that I'm working on. I'm not dropping any singles. It's gonna be as an album. And thanks to that friend that did hook me up with that, I also have another friend that they linked me up with, which is a attorney. That way, if anybody tries to steal my shit, all I gotta do is hand the info to my attorney, and they can deal with it. And I ain't gotta do a damn thing else. Unless those people continue to steal my shit, then it goes to court, and it's gonna be a whole system, which I don't think they want to deal with. But I am happy to say that I am now the owner of my own LLC and my own record label that I will be releasing not only my music through, but also friends of mine like Old 45 will be releasing his music through, as well as a few other individuals that I'm very, very close with that I've known for years that I'm super excited to bring on board. I'm super excited for that. But yeah, a lot of people like to say like, "Oh, I'm not in the driver's seat of anything," but really I am.
I mean, you're literally not in the driver's seat of anything. Even after when he did his response to the whole low T fight video, he was like, and you're gonna catch a charge for property damage because you dented my grandma's van. It's like he doesn't. It's not even his car in the driveway that got kicked. It's somebody else's. Like for a guy who spends a whole lot of time talking about his reputation as the Drift King of Akron. You're literally not in the driver's seat of anything.
And that's why, if you guys notice, I haven't really been posting as much. Like, I will post gameplay footage here and there and whatnot, or, little shorts here and there, basically saying, hey, this is where I'm at in life. Because on top of that,
What would he consider to be posting a lot if this is him not posting that much? There is new footage of him coming out like 4 or 5 times a day at this point. Like to the point where the archive channels that might usually put out a video every 2 or 3 days, like cutting together days of content, are putting together like 2 videos a day because it just keeps coming. I cannot imagine what he thinks is a reasonable time to spend on the internet if he's considering this like cutting back from his normal posting schedule. That's insane. I also want to go back for a second to when he talks about oh, I got a couple of people that I'm really close with for a couple of years that I'm excited to bring on board. One thing that we know about Chance is he cannot keep anything to himself under any circumstances. Anyone he's known for 6 months, he's known for 5 years. Anyone that he met in high school was actually his best friend and his brother for a decade. So like he's always exaggerating the windows of time that he's known people for. So if there were any musicians in the background that he was super close with and has known for years, then he'd have been ranting for years now about how they were his best friend for 30 years. So there are no more Cyrax side characters that we don't know about coming out of the woodwork. The only people who are entering this man's life are people like Low T, who are new trolls who are popping in to start messing with him so that they can create content for themselves. There's no more secret Cyrax allies that have just been hanging out, and he likes to like retcon stuff, like in a TV show when they have to like introduce a character's nephew, and all of a sudden they're like, well, no, he existed the whole time. We just never talked about him until halfway through season 5 when he was like suddenly necessary to the plot. Like Cyrax does that with his own life. He'll retcon characters in, a girlfriend that he's had for 3 weeks. He's actually their kid's dad and he's known her for 6 years. Like he'll just retcon these relationships backwards in time, and it's he there's nobody else coming. These secret musicians that are going to be on the Chance Wilkins record label are I'm very interested to see if he can ever produce any type of songs that aren't him yelling over not even a karaoke version of a well-known song, but like just the song itself, and he's just trying to be louder than the vocals.
On top of now being the sole proprietor and owner of my own LLC, I've also been working on going back to my roots. Meaning, I've been working on myself, trying to get back to myself. Now, yes, I did go on to Blame Katie's panel and stood up for a friend, and that's all I did. I was standing up for a friend. I was defending a very good friend of mine who has had my back for a long time now, who has been one of the coolest motherfuckers I've met in my life. So, shout out to the homie CIA hole, brother. I appreciate you sticking by me, bro. And yeah, just wanted to help you out, man, and give a big fuck you to the people that were fucking with you, bro. Same way you do me. But
I'm going to make a prediction right now. Within the next month, he's going to turn on CIA Hole so hard. He is going to hate that man. There's no way that in the next month we're not getting a video of Chance snapping out, talking about how he betrayed him and he can't trust him and we were brothers. And that's 100% coming. I've seen it too many times with this guy. It's definitely on the way. Also, this is just gnawing at my brain. Maybe nobody cares about this but me, but if you guys look in like the bottom right of corner of the video, right where WordBoi's little icon there is, I'm 99% sure that he's got a My Hero Academia Funko Pop sitting there, which is like, it's funnier than it would even normally be for him to have that. Nothing against the show, but just because it's the only thing in the room, like it's a ring light, it's drywall, it's him, and then it's one My Hero Academia Funko Pop. And I know that he will probably never have enough light in that room of any kind for us to see what it actually is, but I would love to know what character that is.
you know, those little shorts that I made yesterday and the day before, that was basically me saying, hey, fuck the trolls. This is what I'm going back to. I'm going
Those
back
little
to how I
shorts,
was
one of them was
before I got
48
drugged into
minutes and it
this
was cut
mess.
down.
Now, is it hard? Absolutely. It's very hard to not respond, but I'm doing what I can. And I'm working every day to get back to that person
You're
that I
responding
used to
like
be.
8 times a day.
I mean, I'm already to the point to where I don't give a shit what anybody says about me or what they post about me. I already don't give a fuck about that.
He doesn't give a fuck about it. That's why he needs to, by name, make like an itemized list every single 24 hours of everyone who said anything about him and respond to all of them like bullet points one by one.
I really don't. Like, I genuinely don't give a flying fuck about what anybody posts about me. That's why you'll never see me on WordBoi's channel or William Gloryhole's channel and commenting on their shit like I used to. Now, I did go on to Alex Tafini's channel, aka Big T, aka Little T, or I should say Big L, because the motherfucker took a massive fucking L.
The internet has already christened him Low T. It's funnier than anything that your warped mind is going to come up with. They handed you that one and you threw it away. He can't take any type of dub. He also, again, and this is just typical Cyrax behavior. He's saying like, "Oh, you won't see me going on William Gloryhole's channel, and you won't see me going on WordBoi's channel like I used to do." Used to, in his mind, is like weeks ago. Like the guy is like Dr. Manhattan. Like he just experiences time differently than the rest of us because like if you think about like things that maybe you used to do that you don't do anymore. Like if you were to say if you think about like a job that you had like long in the past, you might say like, "Oh yeah, I used to work at the grocery store." You probably don't mean that you worked there like 3 weeks ago. You probably mean you worked there like years ago, or like at the very least a couple of months ago. But Chance will be like, yeah, yeah, way back in the day, long in my past, I used to go on channels and argue with people. And it's like, dude, that was not used to. That was like 2 weeks ago. It was 100% less than 2 weeks ago that you were arguing with multiple trolls at the same time on Blame Katie's show. It's amazing the way that he chooses to perceive time.
Like the only reason I commented on his shit is because he was lying through his teeth. Which, by the way, to you, Alex Tafini, aka Little T, not Big T,
He really had to think about that one. Oh, he's still
yeah,
thinking
you
about it.
lied on your post, bro. You straight lied, dog.
He's glitching.
Like,
I want you guys to know, you probably noticed when I did it earlier in the video, a lot of times when I'm watching Cyrax's stuff, I'll put it up to like 1.2, 1.25 just to speed it up a little bit because he pauses so much and he talks kind of slow as it is, but it's amazing that even at like a significantly sped up rate, there's still these really long. I can't imagine at standard speed how long that would have been. There's still these really long things where, and it's not like he ignores the rare occasion that he has people like watching him live and he's not just uploading stuff. It's not like he pays attention to chat. It's not like there's something going on in the room that he needs to lock in on. Like he's literally squeezing his eyes shut and trying to like pull together the last couple nuts and bolts of a relatively simple thought so that he can try to get it out. It's amazing to watch. It really is. You can see like in real time how much he's struggling.
you said the police never arrested you, but yeah, when I looked at the records, you were arrested. You bonded out, that's why. And trust me when I say, when you go to court, over the next few days, me and my family are gonna be there. Because you came onto our property and there's video proof of it. I don't even need to write a statement. There's video proof all over the place, man. It's all there. We all saw it. I felt it. The people in chat and everybody in your chat fucking saw the damn shit.
Thank God we all saw it because it really was one of the most entertaining things. Cyrax in 1080p, Sally screaming, Ed coming out, no shirt on, his socks not grippy enough, taking a fall. I mean, it was like the whole family kind of took L's, and it's sad when you think about it because Low T is not like a force to be reckoned with. Like he's not particularly smart. He's not particularly funny. He's definitely, when you physically look at him, not like a tough guy. So the fact that he was able to like just walk onto your porch with no plan of any kind, really just trying to get a pizza, and just humiliate the entire Cyrax household is it's and that you're then gonna brag about it and be like, yeah, you really you took my whole family down for the world to see, and now the video is out there and we've all seen it. Is just such an interesting flex.
Not to mention you dented my mom's van, which you're gonna get sued for damages on that on top of it, so you're basically fucked. But outside of your dumbass, back to the topic at hand here. Like I said, man, I'm just happy to be getting back to who I used to be.
The scratching
Before
is
the troll show,
constant. The distraction is constant. The mouth breathing is constant.
like I'm glad to be back to, or I should say, I'm glad to start to be getting back to where I was. because all this outside noise had me fucking going insane for so long. And I will admit, the outside noise of the haters and the trolls, it became like a drug to me. I became addicted to reacting, and I hated that.
The thing that Cyrax neglects to ever mention about this is that it's completely a choice to ever engage with this. We talk about like the whole "don't feed the trolls" thing, that the advice that they give to every lolcow all the time, and it's always the same thing. It's like you're the internet's memory is long, but its attention span is really, really short. So if you weren't putting out new content three, four, five times a day, you would become irrelevant so quickly. Like it only takes 3 or 4 days of a YouTube cycle for, if there's nothing new coming out on the chance front, for people not really to have anything to say about you, or any that you have to make content about things that are new as quickly as possible. So if you're not putting out constant new content, there's nothing for anybody to say. But he talks about this whole situation like it's something he has no control over, like as if people are just coming for him constantly and then he has to react to it. But people coming for him in the first place is reactionary. If he could take, 45 minutes off of the internet and actually go do any of the things that he's constantly talking about doing, if he sat down for a few hours and played a video game or, worked on, I don't know, whatever karaoke bullshit he does with his music, then if he took enough time to do literally anything but talk about what he's going to do on the internet, he would get so much less attention than he does, even after everything that he's done.
I fucking hated it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys could tell by the look on my face over time that I hated doing it. Even though I kept on saying that, oh, I enjoyed it. If you look at the look on my face and the look in my eyes, like if you look at my eyes, dude, I was not myself. I wasn't. Like I was very mentally fucked up. And it wasn't until recently when two of my childhood best friends had sat me down and talked to me and was like, bro, like you need to take a step back. Like you really need to take a step back and take a look in the mirror and what you're doing. Because
So, just one, he said, if you looked in my eyes before, I was just not right. Like, I wasn't there, something was clearly wrong. Thank God that's in the past. I mean, if you look into his eyes now, this is clearly somebody who is the pinnacle of physical and mental health. Here's more secret side characters, coming in to check on Chance, make sure he's doing him all right. And, okay, even if this did happen, if somebody checked in on him and said, hey, you got to take a step back, your response, instead of taking a step back, was to go back onto the internet and let the internet know that you're taking a step back. This is again, like, it's amazing how they all just follow the same thought processes. Like Nova does this all the time, where he'll make like a black screen TikTok video, and he'll be like, "F my life. I'm quitting TikTok. I'm quitting TikTok forever." And it's like, I've personally taken a break from social media here and there. I've known a lot of people who take a break from social media here and there, and it's like, usually if somebody just stops posting, like there's just not new stuff coming out on their social media, it's gonna like last for a little while. The people who make a post, like make a big story post, this used to be a big thing on Facebook like a decade ago. People would make a post just being like, I'm getting rid of my account. If the real ones need to get in touch with me, here's my number. If you make like a whole announcement about how unavailable and off the internet you're gonna be, no, you're not, because like even your attempt or your kind of performance of saying that you're going to do that is in and of itself attention seeking, and that's what Chance is doing right now. He's making some big announcement about how he's not going to do certain behaviors on the internet anymore as he's doing certain behaviors on the internet. It's just a complete oxymoron.
by responding, you're giving them what they want and you're ultimately creating your own downfall. You're ultimately becoming addicted to the high of fighting back.
So now here I am responding.
And they flat out said you can make a choice. You can either continue on this path, fight the good fight, and eventually win, but ultimately lose not only people close to you, but ultimately lose yourself and your soul as a result. And it was in that moment when they said that I really realized, like, damn, like they're right. Like I need to take a step back. And that's why, if you notice, over the last few days, I've really been stepping back. I've begun working on myself now that, I'm away from all the noise and all the clamoring and chattering and, oh, he's doing this, oh, he's doing that, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, blah, blah.
I actually think Chance is gaslighting us right now. Like he's like, as he's posting more than he's ever posted before, he's like, yeah, clearly I'm on the internet less. You guys, I'm not posting as much as I'm actively posting more than I ever have. I also like that he slips in there, like, even if I did fight the good fight forever, yeah, eventually I would win, but I would lose a lot in the process. And it's like, there's after this point in the video, there's nothing new, so we're just gonna wrap it up with this. It's not the good fight. You would not eventually win. No one on the internet has ever won against the trolls. There is no winning. It's just the more you feed into it, the more that you give them to lob back at you. Like you're only drawing more attention to yourself. So it's not the good fight. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna lose your soul. This isn't like some holy battle between good and evil. This is you're getting made fun of on YouTube. Like you're using really grandiose terms about like souls and the human condition to describe like people are making fun of the scabs on your head on the internet all day. So he's completely off the reservation with this one. I'm sure that there's going to be. I mean, it's early right now where I am. As I'm recording this, it's like 11 a.m. So I'm sure that there's going to be before, tonight, before the sun sets today, there's going to be more Chance content coming out. There's no way that he's going to stick to doing any of the stuff that he claims he's already been doing in this video. But we'll see. Once again, shout out to WordBoi who cut this together. Um, Cuts out with the amount of pausing and staring off into space that there is in this edited version of the video. You guys can't imagine how unwatchable it would have been before WordBoi got to it and cut it down and cleaned it up a little bit. So shout out to him. Go give his channel a follow, and I guess we will be back as soon as Chance decides to go off again. So drop a like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good day.